Nighttime Talk, 10 p.m. We got our same guest as last week, Mr. Connor, Mr. BD. How are we doing tonight? How are we doing? Talk to me.
We're back.
We're back and we're better, man.
Back and better, back and better.
Super Bowl talk?
We had
Super
a little
Bowl?
bit of Super Bowl talk.
2.0,
We had
stop playing.
ourselves 2.0, stop playing around. We're going to get right into it. We just had ourselves Super Bowl 56 last weekend. The Rams, who were as soon as they made the trade, the call in Cabo, that's what the documentary is going to be, the 30 for 30. The call in Cabo. They made that call in Cabo to get Matt Stafford a Los Angeles Rams. I feel like it was a Super Bowl or bust season for them because they were bringing over them Super Bowls. Not just to get to the dance, but you had to take the best dress out and get it popping. And they did that for sure. The Bengals, they played a great game. It came down to a lot of crucial third downs in the second half that they needed to convert. That they couldn't, but it was a well-fought effort for sure. No doubt about that.
Absolutely.
Let me get some of your guys' takeaways from that game. Whichever one of you want to start, talk to me. Let's get it.
BD, you want it?
I do. I'll take it.
It.
Look, go back to Super Bowl talk number one. We knew off rip what I was standing on, and that was Eli Apple's getting fried. He got gamed like we all know. He's botted. And I also want to say, I also said that T. Higgins was going to go dumb, 100 yards, 2 tutters, stop playing. And he shifted Jalen. That's on me. And look, I was right about the games. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you.
Yeah, he's in love with grabbing face backs, though. Nah, I'm fine.
Yeah, great game, though.
Cupular. Greatest NFL season for a wide receiver in NFL history. Triple Crown winner. Most receptions in the playoffs. Offensive Player of the Year. Super Bowl title and Super Bowl MVP. 2 tutties in the Super Bowl.
Crazy.
90 yards. He actually liked that. What a story, too, by the way. You guys know his story with his girlfriend supporting him? I think she had multiple.
Oh, yeah. Amazing.
Came out.
Loyal shorty, and you're tough on the field. Yeah, that's good life.
I was wrong. Love. I was wrong, you know. Bengals had the Bengals. It was their game to win. It was their game to win. Aaron, he had enough of that first half. Yeah, he put on. I don't know. He was out there during the halftime show, and it was time to rock. You know. Mm-hmm. What a game, though. What a season. What an NFL season.
Yeah.
It's sad as going.
All in all, it was a great season. It had some crazy storylines just from the beginning. You take it all the way back. You look at it, it's like, okay, Aaron Rodgers situation. Is this the type of season we're going to have? Meanwhile, Tom Brady, 45 years old, gunslinging out here every week, spinning the rock.
Should have been MVP.
Could have easily up for debate. I mean, you just go Micah Parsons coming off the rip as a rookie, just changing the game, playmaker all over the field, flies around. You look at Stephon Gilmore traded to the Panthers. They have a nice little something formulating there between J.C. Horn and Stephon Gilmore. I like that duo. Interesting over there. You go to the Bills. I mean, the Bills were fire all season long. They were a coin toss away from possibly making it to the Super Bowl themselves.
Right. That game was crazy.
Ravens, they face adversity all season long with the injuries. Lamar gets hurt late. Tyler Huntley shows his worth. You know what I'm saying? Like, up and down. Like, I think all in all, great season. If we were to go back to the Super Bowl, some of the things I would probably have to take away from it was closing drive, where no matter what type of coverage it was, double coverage, zone, bracket coverage on Cooper Kupp, they went back to what was their bread and butter, their mashed potatoes and gravy. Get Kupp the rock, no matter where he was in the slot, out wide at the X. It didn't matter. Move him in motion. They gave him a handoff for a first down on that drive. It was very cool to see how, like, that combination of those two, Stafford just being a pro, knowing where to get the rock, throwing it even though he's not open, getting some flags when he needed to, just taking advantage of the situation they had, the connection they had to win a ring, man. It was crazy. And just to see, of all people, to just end the season the way they did, Aaron Donald, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like if you guys remember, when Donald, he pushed Burrow out of bounds and they got up in his face, that the whole, as they should, obviously, as the offensive line, they all got up in Donald's face after that. And I truly feel like they poked the bear at that point, because not only did Donald start getting activated, Miller superstar X Factor got hot, and Leonard Floyd started flying around. It was very, very cool to just watch them start to get at it. Like you said, BD, T. Higgins, he had himself a game. Definitely a situation where I feel like, I don't know, I mean, we got to call it how we saw it. He grabbed that man Ramsey's speed flex to the ground and toted it to the paint, but they didn't call it, and he got it. Also, like you said, I mean, when it comes to Eli Apple, like, when you talk that talk, you have got to be able to walk that walk. And in a situation where I felt like towards the end, if you can watch the film, it became a whoever Eli Apple offense. Like, they just started letting it loose on him for real. And he paid the piper for sure. Let's stay on this narrative. As everyone has probably been seeing on socials, there's been a big topic talk about Matt Stafford and his credibility of being a Hall of Famer. Now, in my honest opinion, it has made me think about it for a little sec, because before he was, just in my opinion, before he was traded to the Rams, you sit back and look, okay, he was obviously with the Lions. Was his resume credible to be a Hall of Famer? And I mean, honestly, I personally would say, yeah, I think he was a Hall of Famer beforehand, and him getting the Super Bowl ring solidifies it personally. I think some of the arguments on, if you guys saw it on Richard Sherman's case, he was saying, like, in the age where the game is more passing happy league, the stats are kind of fluffed as compared to other past quarterbacks. But Matt Stafford, at the end of the day, I think he's only the one of 11 quarterbacks ever in NFL history over 50,000 passing yards, which says something in itself, considering he's only played 1 year with the Rams. But I want to hear your guys' take on that situation, whether or not you think, even before or after the fact, or just in general, do you guys think Matt Stafford is a Hall of Famer? Connor, talk to me.
I'll talk to you here. So as soon as this question arises, I'm on the line, right? I'm on the line because one Pro Bowl, just won a Super Bowl, but no Super Bowl MVP, has a lot of stats, throws darts, but also throws some in the dirt, right? Some winning seasons, some losing seasons. And then when Sherman came out, he persuaded me. He said, back in the day, when it wasn't like this, when it wasn't such a passing heavy league, when quarterbacks had to literally be the top dog, dominate every team they played against, have every stat in the book, no matter if it was, oh, you're throwing a great pass here, a bad one there, continuously throwing the good ones. Not yet. And obviously, this question is about Stafford retiring or coming back. Personally, I think you come back to a team like this, right? I mean, the Rams, they hate draft picks, right? They miss crazy. They're gonna sign whoever they need. So you come back to a team like this, and if you go do it again, yes, in my opinion. But right now, without a Super Bowl MVP, without a league MVP, you know what I mean? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say not yet. What do you think, BD?
Yeah, I like that talk. I'm on the line here as well because I know he has the skill to be one. I don't think it's that. I think it's in his bag. Like if Phillip Rivers if people are talking about him being a Hall of Famer, Matt Stafford's way tougher than him. I stand by that. But
fair argument.
But one stat that really stood out to me: 0 All Pros selections, no All Pro selections, 1 Pro Bowl, And then this was a low-key stat that I saw. He was only player of the week 3 times in 13 seasons. That's kind of like, obviously, player of the week is like.
Good stat. That's a great stat.
Like, player of the week isn't that tough, but like 3 times.
Definitely, you got to take that into consideration for sure.
Yeah. That's not dominant. You know what I mean? That's not the top dog every week.
And unluckily, he played with Brady, Breeze, Eli Manning, Peyton Manning, all of them. So
right,
he's got Ben. Like, he's got a rough crew to mess with. But I'm gonna say he is not, unfortunately, because I do love him, but no, I don't think he is.
Gotcha.
I hear you guys. I just wanted to hear your takes on it, just because it was brought into light recently. No, you guys definitely have some very valid points for sure.
As a Giants fan, this really bothers me because, like, people were saying Eli is not a Hall of Famer, and it's like, if we're going off accolades, like, this shouldn't even be a question about Eli. And, like, I'm not saying Eli's way better than Stafford or whatever, but I don't know. It just seems a bit disrespectful. That
is it. Eli's got 2 Super Bowls, 2 Super Bowl MVPs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that does it. Big Ben.
Me personally, coming from a Washington fan, Eli Manning, he's a Hall of Famer. I think
No, it's definitely interesting though. I mean, I think if he does it again, and he had a really good year. You limit some interceptions. You're in the MVP talk next year with the same team. You go to the Super Bowl again, maybe win. Even if you're in contention in the Super Bowl, I think the Super Bowl really, really helps you out.
Okay, Matt Ryan, Matty Ice.
Yeah,
look at Matty Ice. He had an MVP.
He had MVP, league MVP. But I don't
certified Hall of Famer.
I don't think he's certified Hall of Famer at all. But I think it's the same thing as Stafford, because Stafford's not certified Hall of Fame. That's why we're even having the debate. You know what I mean? So I think it's close with them. Stafford just won a Super Bowl, may put him a little bit above the league MVP, but they're in the same talk. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
For sure. Calvin Johnson plays a few more years. His playoff record might look a little different as well.
Right. But think about it. Stafford, he never even won a playoff game up until this year, right? Like this whole every game he won was his first, second, third win in the playoffs. So great year. Is it a flop? Is it a fluke? Can you go do it again, buddy? I mean, that's my question. If you can, tell you what, might as well give you a little stadium in the NFL Hall of Fame, in my opinion.
Okay. Considering of all franchise that he came from, being that it was Detroit, and like you have Barry Sanders who retired early, you have Calvin Johnson who retired early, 2 generational players, 2 freak nasty athletes, you know what I'm saying, that ended their career too soon just because of the circumstances they were in. They were first ballot. That doesn't mean that I'm saying that it makes Matt Stafford, but it's definitely, it should be taken into consideration. That's a good talk, though. I just wanted to see where y'all head was at on that. Let's go into the next topic. I want to talk about Ramsey's performance as a whole in that game. Now, I want to say it was said he let up around 161 yards total, and that the Higgins touchdown was 75 yards, which was his longest touchdown ever scored on him in his career. I just wanted to get your guys' perspective on necessarily he was exposed, because I remember you asking me, Connor, you were like, do you think they're going to test him like that? Because there was no doubt they tested Ramsey on Sunday. Right. They didn't care, and they didn't care who was on him either. They took their chances for sure. I just want to take your guys' take on that, just because how do you guys think he played, and just as a whole, do you guys think he deserves the kind of the slander he was getting, or was like he had himself a sound game, a lot of calls didn't go his way? I just wanted to see where your guys' perspective was on it.
You would go ahead, BD?
Yeah, sure. I thought the slander was a bit unnecessary. I thought I mean he held Jamar to 89 yards, I think it was, for the most part. He wasn't guarding him the whole game, but I mean Jamar's one of the hottest receivers right now, and that was a pretty good job if you ask me. I mean he got targeted I think like 11 times or something like that. I don't have the stats up, but he almost bounced on that one and took that to the paint, but he slipped up a little bit. You know what I'm talking about, Steve?
Yeah.
He almost the comeback and Burrow threw it a little. It was a low-key a bad pass,
because
but
in that situation as a corner, what Ramsey should have done is broke on his outside shoulder and he broke on his inside, which made the ball go straight over his head like that.
Right.
If he had broke a little bit more diagonally, he's taking that to the paint every time.
Exactly.
He's taking that to the paint.
It was also like I was saying, the pass though, because Jamar put his hands right here, but ended up having to catch it up here because it floated on him. So if Ramsey,
that was a tough catch.
That was a tough ass play. But
here's my thing with the Steve and BD. So I don't think the slander is unnecessary because he is supposed to be top 3 corner in the game. He gets paid like it. He talks like it, right? But in the Super Bowl, in the playoffs, the microscope, the telescope's on you every single play. You know, Ramsey is an aggressive physical corner. He's either playing 7 yards off in his zone, and he's going to be aggressive as hell jumping routes, or he has good awareness to get back on most of them, right? Or in the Super Bowl, he's pressing up against the top dogs in the league who just made it to the Super Bowl. And he's a very unfortunate play where he got dragged down and T. Higgins just made a play on it. No call. I don't mind the no call, but I mean, in most cases, that's a penalty. You know what I mean? The slander is not unnecessary to me because he's not supposed to let Jamar get over top of him like that one-on-one. You're supposed to be like that. But when you play that aggressive and when you press every single time it's man on man, you're going to get beat. That's just the nature of the game. And that's just the nature of going against a young guy, 2 young guys who are going to be superstars in this league for a while to come. So I'm not worried about Ramsey. I think he's still like that. He got beat 3 big times in this playoffs against Evans, Jamar, and T. He'll be back talking his talk, I think. But the slander is not necessary. He deserves some of it.
Yeah.
I agree. He does deserve some of the slander, but I mean, he gets put in the worst possible situations. And I get it, like, you know, you put your best player in these situations to make a play. But it's difficult for anyone to, you know.
Right. 100%.
And one thing I will say is on the one-on-one with Jamar Chase, Jamar made a fantastic catch. That catch was fantastic. And yes, Ramsey, he was a little late on that ball because he was tripping on that. But I agree with what you said, Connor. Deserves half of it because like we said, Eli Apple. If you're gonna talk the talk, you gotta walk the walk. And there was a couple of situations where he could have had a little bit better footing on this one play, this play, that play. But overall, he definitely got his. Like you said, bro. That Higgins one is just like, you hate it as a corner because it's either you're gonna get that call or you don't, and if you don't, it just looks horrible, like it did, obviously. But I just wanted to talk about that a little bit. Anything else, you guys? That kind of stuck out to you from that game that you want to kind of chat over?
Man, I just want to say I was wrong, man. I mean, I made a bold prediction. I came on here. I said Bengals are taking the dub. You know, they're gonna win the Super Bowl. They lost, obviously, but like I said in the beginning, it was their game to win, but they lost it in that second half. And I'm not gonna blame anybody but the offensive line. And at the end of the day, can I really blame them? I don't know, because you got a top 2 defensive player all time, in my opinion, Aaron Donald, rushing every single time with that low to win. And Burrow got injured a little bit. That leg looked bad when it got tore up a little bit at the end. But I mean, they're gonna be good. If he didn't impress you and sparked you and took your interest this year, then I don't know a player who's gonna do it because he kind of took the league by storm. So cheers to them, honestly. But great game, great season, like I said. That's just my takeaways.
Yes. Speaking of Donald, I'd love to show a clip of just.
Yeah.
I mean,
why not?
No words needed.
I don't know what you call it, but if you don't mind, I'll share the screen.
Playmakers. It's all about the playmakers, man.
Oh, the 4th and 1. Yes, sir.
And the thing about this call, before you started, BD, it's obviously, you look at this, you got 43 seconds, one timeout. Okay, you have P. Ryan in the game where he was in the game all game, yes, but when it came to actually toting the rock, I think it was Mixon who was getting the totes, who was actually getting to the second level and getting these first downs. And then like I said before we started recording, Burrow's brought you here this whole time, yes, so you probably got to live and die with Burrow, but like when you got players across the field like 99 and 40, this is what happens. So,
right.
So that's
yeah. All right, let's just play it, man, Connor. This is hard to watch. This really is.
You can chop that out.
I mean,
oh my goodness.
What do you do?
Yeah.
I mean, we're not even going to show it again because we all seen it a million times. Poor Burrow. And yet he still made a play, low-key getting it out, keeping the ball alive.
Right. I mean, he's got 99 power, 99 finesse rooms, 99 spin move, 99 push the tackle back, push the center back.
99.
Push the whole line back. He's got it all.
99 swim with the X factor.
Yeah. Doesn't matter. It doesn't.
No,
it
really
doesn't
he was crazy. But like, Steve, back to your thing. We're never running the ball with 50 seconds left on 3rd and 1 in the Super Bowl to go win the game. I mean, with Samaje Perine.
I know.
What are we thinking up in the box, coach? I'm looking up there like in the back of my helmet from Burrow. Are you?
Yeah, it's just
I mean,
like,
what are we doing?
There was a couple of calls, man, just late in that game where as the Bengals, you just gotta put the game away, leave no doubt. You have the whole second half to do that. And there was some calls where it's like, you know.
I'm with you.
But I mean, at the end of the day, what are we to predict? We're just here to give our analysis on what we see, and we call it how we see it.
Do I look like the coach, Steve? Do I look like the coach?
No, you don't. No, you
I don't. I'm just watching it. And here's my thing. With going for it on 4th, like they did in the first quarter type. You feel me? Or whatever they make.
Brandon Staley, he changed the league.
Yeah. Analytics. The analytics, man.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Like, this is my thing. It's the Super Bowl. Like, I'm sorry, you're not going to win by, like, letting it be sweet. You're playing sweet. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, that's why they ran.
But they switched up. First half, they're going for first drive on the 50. Fourth quarter, 50 seconds left. Hut, inside zone to Samaje.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. But, yeah.
But
great game, man.
It is
great game. A lot of beverages down during that game, too, so. It was fabulous.
It's just crazy, man, because I'm looking at the stats right now. Mixon 15 for 72. You had Burrow 22 for 33, 263. They won the turnover battle. And I bet you there were a lot of people who were saying win the turnover battle. If Matthew Stafford throws a couple picks, which he did, then the Bengals should find a way to win the game. They won that turnover battle, but they did not end up on top. But right. I feel like it's going to be hard coming out of that AFC with the breed of quarterbacks they have over there. But the Bengals are here to stay. They as long as they just got to formulate that front line, keep that trio of wide receivers intact, and keep Burrow at the helm. They'll always be in the mix.
That'll be good.
They kind of remind me a lot of Bills talk, where I feel like they're so close. Like, maybe not right now, even though they just lost. But I'm saying, like, they're gonna be so close for the next few years. But I don't know, man.
AFC is nasty.
I don't see them. I don't see them getting one in the next at least 3.
It's that breed of quarterbacks over there, man. It's going to be a doozy. It's going to be a doozy, to say the very least.
And unfortunately for us, for the Steelers, I was gonna say something about the Steelers. Unfortunately for the Steelers, I mean, Mason still hasn't found his neck or head since he got hit in the head by Garrett. And about putting him in the backfield.
Hey man, don't worry about it. You got Simba in back there. You got Simba ready to rock.
I'm ready with Simba. I like Simba. Give him a chance, Tomlin. Stop putting Rudolph, the red-nosed bum, out there.
He got plenty of chances, Pop. And what did he do in
We'll
Washington?
leave that for another podcast. We always leave the Simba talk for another podcast. And on that note, boys, I appreciate y'all for chatting it up for another episode of the Swaggy Sport podcast. Soon, actually, right after this, I think we're going to chop up some NBA talk. We're going right into the All-Star break. We got some crazy trades that just got chefed up in the league that we got to talk about, see what we think is about to happen for this back half of the NBA season. Until next time, you guys keep following the socials. Check us out, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter.
Hey, give us follow. Give my man Steve the follow. Check it out, baby.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate
Best podcast in the world. Yes, sir.
One day. We'll get there one day. We're going to get there one day. I appreciate that love, boys. I appreciate y'all. Till next time. Peace.